welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be the most requested Q&A video. I asked you guys to ask me some questions over on my Instagram. I have them written down right here, so here I am to answer them all for you. I hope you guys get to know everything it is that you want to know about me that you might have not known before. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first question is, how did I meet Darren? So this is a very simple question. We met on Instagram, and the rest is history. Number 2 is the first person to know that I was pregnant. So the first person to know, and it wasn't because I told them, it was because they were the ones who assumed that I was pregnant, was my mom. So she was the first to know. She probably would have been the first to know anyways if I were to find out myself and then have to go and tell everyone. Number 3 is the hardest thing being a teen mom. I feel like the hardest thing for me is learning that it is okay to discipline your child, and even if they have the saddest cry and the saddest look on your face, it is okay to tell them no sometimes. Number 4, what did I want to be when I was little? When I was little, I always had a passion for cooking. I always had a passion for doing hair and makeup. I was the little kid who cut my Barbie's hair, who put makeup on my Barbies. I've always been into just culinary, cosmetology, fashion, all that kind of stuff, and it's still what I'm really passionate about to this day. Next question is, did I imagine my life to be this way? I don't think anyone being a teen parent imagines their life to turn out this way unless it's something that they planned, which I sure did not plan this. But you take what you get, you make the most out of your situation, you make it the most positive it can be, you make it the best for your children, and I'd say I'm pretty happy with the way things are going right now. Next question is, how did I tell my parents and how did they react? So my mom obviously knew because she went to the doctor with me. She's the one who took me to my appointment. She reacted very well, and I think part of it is because we're extremely close. But I feel like the other part is because she was a teen mom herself, so she understood what I was feeling, she understood what I was going through, and so I feel like she just wanted to be there for me and support me no matter what so that I could go through this as best as I could and as stress-free as I could. When it came down to telling my dad and my stepmom, that's what was hard for me. I could not sit down and tell any of my family members, I'm pregnant. Like, it honestly came down to me writing letters to everyone and then everyone kind of just discussing it amongst themselves and everyone finding out. So when it came down to telling my dad and my stepmom, my grandpa, who was like a second dad to me, was kind enough to take them aside and tell them everything that was happening. Obviously, they were full of emotions, and my grandpa basically told them, you guys can either support her and move on from this and make it the best that it can be and welcome this baby into the world, or you guys can go your own way and she could go her own way. So luckily enough, they stayed by my side and supported me, which I thought that they would do anyways. So I was fortunate enough to have my family support me. I didn't really have anyone turn against me or leave my life because of this, so I'm extremely blessed for that. Next question is, how did Darren react? So Darren was very naive about the entire situation. When I was telling him, hey, my mom thinks I'm pregnant, I should make a doctor's appointment, he was always the one saying, oh, there's no way you could be pregnant, which, come on now. So when he found out about it, if I'm not mistaken, I think he cried at work. But once we got through all the stress and realized that we need to grow up, realize that this is what our life has become, I'd say up to today, everything is looking up, everything is so much better than it was before, and we're just working on ourselves personally and working on ourselves as a family. Next question is, what advice would I give my 12-year-old self? And this question I almost wasn't gonna write down because I didn't really, I'm not good at these questions, I don't know what I would say, but then when I thought long and hard about it, 12 years old was around the time where I was going through that phase of depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and not knowing what they were. I wasn't educated enough on it besides knowing that it runs in my family. So if I could go back, I would tell myself that it's going to be okay to breathe through it, to stay positive, to seek help if I need it, and that in the end, everything's going to be okay. Next question is, what advice would I give other teen parents? And I feel like this question needs to be worded differently, because I don't feel that you can really offer advice to other teen parents or really offer advice to anyone unless your situations are the same. Every teen pregnancy is different, every teen couple is different, every environment they're in is different. So I feel like I just offer my support, and if they need advice on something, I let them come to me and let me know what it is specifically, rather than me being like, oh hey, and just jumping right into it, assuming I know what their situation is like, because everyone's is completely different. Next question is, who does Chloe look like most? It's kind of a toss-up right now. She's at that age where at certain times, depending on what she's doing, depending on what she's wearing, if her hair's up, if her hair's down, she'll either look like me or Darren. Next question is, do I want more kids, and if so, how many? So I never wanted kids to begin with. I was always super afraid of childbirth, and lucky me, I had a 9-pound baby naturally, and if you know me, you know that I'm extremely tiny. So that kind of traumatized me from ever wanting kids again. If I were to have another kid, it would be 3 to 4 years from now down the road, and I would only have one more. Next question is, do we plan on getting married? Yes, we do, but it's not something that we want to rush into. It's definitely something that we want to wait for our relationship to be really positive and healthy and sturdy for as long as we can get it, until we think, okay, it's gonna stay like this. Everything's good. Everything has been good leading up to this. We're at a positive place. Let's do it. And I'm glad that it's something that we mutually agree on, and it's not, oh, we have a kid and we live together, so we need to get rings and say I do. So that's nice, but I definitely do want to have a big wedding, and I feel like it'll happen one day, but when it's the right time. Next question is, what career do I want to have? I plan on going to cosmetology school next summer, so I want to be a cosmetologist. Next question is, would I consider moving out of state, like to Oregon? And the reason this person asked me if I would move to Oregon is because we just got back from our family vacation from there. We do have family there. We go up there about 2 times a year, usually for the holidays. And I definitely would consider moving up there. It's so beautiful up there. Every time we go up there, we never want to leave. It's also because we're coming back home to responsibilities. But it is beautiful where my grandpa lives. We would definitely consider moving there, but I feel like it would be something that, once again, would happen years from now. All of our family is in the town that we grew up in, so it would be really hard to just up and leave. Even though we do have a few family members up there, it would just be hard. But it is something that's up in the air, especially because California is extremely expensive. Next question is, how many sisters do I have? So on my mom's side of the family, I have 3 sisters and 1 brother, have to include him. And then on my dad's side, I have 2 sisters. Last question is, how did we decide Chloe's name? So, truth be told, when I was pregnant, for some reason, I just felt like I was having a baby boy. I only picked out boy names. I only bought boy clothes just to go to the doctor's office, find out I'm having a girl, and as we're leaving the parking lot, I was like, babe, we have to announce this. We have to tell people we're having a baby girl. Like, next is the baby shower. Like, we have to get stuff rolling. I'm almost 22 weeks pregnant. Like, we got to get things going. So I went on Google. I picked out a few names, and Chloe was one that we agreed on and that we chose. Her middle name comes from her grandpa, who is no longer here with us. He passed away when Darren was little, so we wanted to honor him by giving his name to Chloe for her middle name. So her full name is Chloe Michael Dew, and she took Darren's last name, and I feel like her name just flows super well, and I love it because everyone comes up with nicknames for her. She mainly gets called Coco. No one ever calls her by her real name. But that is that for the Q&A, guys. I know that it was a short one, but I definitely wanted to just get more stuff up on my channel. That's it for the Q&A. Go ahead and comment down below if you guys have any other questions, or if you want me to do any other video suggestions that you have, whether it be a sit-down story time as far as teen pregnancy, teen anything, whatever you want it to be. Or if you guys want other videos, like clean with me videos, day in the life, makeup videos, anything you guys have, go ahead and leave it down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.